What's the purpose behind the marketing plan? You excite, you educate, experience, and engage. Let's do this, right? Let's do this and let's have fun with it too. To my first time listeners, thank you for joining the show. I appreciate you being here. Yo, look at your view. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Marketing Within the Podcast, where I'm your host, Nathan Webster, and I'm excited to chop it up with you today. For those that are watching on YouTube, or if you go on YouTube, you're like, what are you doing? This is the behind the scenes of my amazing trip to Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya. It was for both personal and business. Now, I went over there about 8 months ago, and people keep asking, like, why were you in Kenya? I'm like, okay, hold up. So let me first say, for my first time watchers and viewers, thank you for watching the show. If you haven't already, subscribe, rate, review. Come on, I got you. You get me. For my worldwide listeners always tuning in, this is a treat for you. I even recorded a podcast over there, and you may not even know it. Maybe you did. Tell me which one it is. Comment below if you were one. Comment if you knew. If you knew, comment. All right, y'all, I'm just going to get right to it because it's not exactly how I want it because I'm not a content creator. But I have a lot of images, a lot of videos. The videos won't play on here, so I'm just putting this out there. But in this is where you want to subscribe because I am going back. I'm going to get more content, more feedback. Subscribe to the show, like it, comment, tell me what you want to see, what you want to hear, what you want to do. Right. This is where also, like, as I went for both personal and business, and I'm just going to start getting my screen up so you can see what I'm talking about. This was phenomenal because I was able to do something I never thought I was going to be able to do. And so here is where it all begins. And I'm just want to make sure, it says, see, there's always an issue. So let's say now I want to share my screen. And look, y'all, I've been trying to do this for like almost an hour. So I'm going to turn off my camera so you can see just from the very beginning. I'm going to show you that a year earlier, this is the model of the Portland Airport. Now, I'm not going to, let's see, can we move it? There we go. So again, like I can't, it's not going to play the sound, but I'm just going to show you just the size of this model that was like super deep. This is like a year prior to my trip. And I think it was amazing just because you see just the detail of it. I'm just like, man, that is mad crazy. And what I'm going to do, because again, you can't see everything, I'm just going to put this in some shorts and other videos so you can see just like how fire this is. So anyways, let me just keep going because there's some videos too that I'm not going to be able to play just because, unfortunately, it's not doing it. But that's why I said next time I'm going to do this. This is just the detail. I was just so impressed with the detail. I'm like, I forgot how much they said it cost, but I'm just like, yo, those are better than Legos. I was just, man, that's amazing. So I wanted to show you this because I was blessed and fortunate to look at this model. I want to scale back so you can see just the size of it. And then now we go inside, which is pretty cool. This was one of the top foremen. I forget the construction folks. I was still learning construction at the time, but I was like, man, this is pretty fire. Just when you look up with the amount of wood, there's a story behind the wood. This is the Portland, Oregon airport. And if you haven't already flown into it and know what I'm talking about, you will. And I will show you. Just wait. Hold on. So this is what it looks like. I'm not going to play all the videos. I have them, but again, I'll play them for a later time. And just look at the sheer size. I was able to gain access as a VIP on the behalf of my marketing firm. And there's some potential opportunity of always opportunity to do business with anyone that has an opportunity as a marketing and sees me as a potential client / vendor / subcontractor, whatever you want to call it. I would love to be able to help with that. So let me know if you want to be one of those lucky, blessed opportunity companies to work with me and my team. Again, this is just some pictures of the airport. This is a video that I'll put out there, but this is where I got special VIP treatment access. And this is where I'm in the same spot almost, but now it's done. It's done. And then I have a video that and see, look at those. Just it's done. I'm with the llama and everything. And then I put out a video, I think on my Instagram, or maybe it was I said, hey, look, always chase your dreams. And if you look at it, people are in there. It's done. It was gorgeous, just straight up gorgeous. And I'll post it so you can just see the sheer beauty of it. And again, I won't go into this, but I have some videos right here. I'm already on the airplane, headed down to Nairobi, Kenya. This is in my Alaska. I'm like, let's go. But in case y'all don't know, it is a altogether 18-hour flight. I went to LAX. That was my layover before I went to Doha. And here am I in Doha. And I'm just like, or excuse me, I'm still in LAX. LAX is the first time being in that airport. And I was like, this is cool. This is interesting. It's funny because here there was dogs, because I was like, ooh, looks like they're making sure drugs don't leave. And then I was off. And man, they had a nice little setup for Qatar. If you haven't flown Qatar, I watched the Godzilla vs. Kong. Look, y'all, it's a 12-hour flight. 14-hour flight. Woo, that was a long flight. But man, it was a long flight, but try to keep myself occupied. Finally got to Doha, but in Doha, man, oh my gosh, it was another okay, you got a 1-2 hour, I think it was 2-hour layover, but I had to do some stuff, and I was just saying, like, man, it is. I'll just post that later. It's freezing on me. And so here is where it was there. You can see at 6, and look how hot it was in Doha. I was like, man, look, I gotta get up on out of here. And then I skipped a couple of other key videos and images just because I just don't want it to mess up, and I'll show you later. But this is when I got to Nairobi. This was the lines I had to stand in, which is crazy. But look, I made it. Again, this is like the beginning of amazing, but I didn't know what to expect because I'd never been here before. And this is where it was like, man, I thought I was going to be in and out like Portland, and it was not. Just look at the crowd. So I was like, okay, well, we're going to be here for a while. Finally got to the end. This is what the pickup spot looked like when I got out of Kenya. And then we're on our way to the business portion of the whole entire trip. And it was really cool because I'm in somewhat Kilimani, and then I was like, wow, these are the streets. And again, I'll post some of these videos in the shorts so you can see what I'm talking about. And I was just amazed at just how oh wow, this is Kenya. So I finally got to my destination, all my alma mater. I'm a Washington State University graduate of Vancouver. I finally got here. I was blessed by being invited by Mr. Dr. Guy Palmer, not Gary. I almost called him Gary, but Dr. Guy Palmer. Guy's an awesome guy, and it was to the Global Health Kenya team. And you'll see the team here in a little bit. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to see everyone that you see in that picture or get to meet them, but Guy said, come on out, we can talk about some things. And I was like, okay, cool. It was awesome. We talked marketing, we talked how to get promotion for the promotion, because they have this awesome program, and this is all from where they get their funding sources from, and the agencies. I was just so amazed at all the things that they did. It was really crazy and I was super impressed with man, this is the stuff that they do. And so I was really excited to do some work. They were like, hey, because it was a Monday, they were like, on Friday, you want to go up to the northern country? I'm like, oh, cool. I wasn't planning for that. But this is where like, okay, I was like, let me talk to Guy and see where we're at. And so again, Dr. Palmer and his people really took great care of me here. We decided to get a picture of us all together, and it was really cool. And they had a display up in here, as you can see. They had a cool display, and they would talk about all the phenomenal things that they were doing. It was really amazing. And then the second part of my trip was my booth thing. And this is a longer story. Maybe I get into it later. But I was really excited to start the process and my time hanging out with my boo. Right here, we're at Gecko Cafe. Man, this was the best pizza that I ever had, and oh my gosh, it was. I was full off of like I think 2, maybe 3 slices of pizza, and it's not very big, like big slices like American, and it was amazing. And then I'm gonna play this, but you can't really tell. Like you maybe hear a little music in the background, but the cover bands were amazing. They play all types of bands, and y'all, it was a nightlife, y'all, and it was gorgeous. The time of day, it was like only maybe 8, maybe 7:30. No, it was like 8, and it was just popping. It was so much fun. And then we were like, well, let's get something from the road. They called uh they call potatoes or fries chips. Um, but this was the quesadilla, and I was like, ooh, this is fire. Best best quesadilla I've ever had. And then of course, I went golfing. I went golfing at the Karen Country Club. And again, I won't show you the videos to later, but let me tell you, man, this was amazing golfing with these cats. It was amazing. I even had a caddy. I was just having a blast. Now, I I rented clubs, as you can see right here. My caddy was carrying my backpack because I didn't have a locker, any like my car to store my stuff. Those were not my clubs, and good God, my golf game kind of showed that. But it was fun. I was able to get maybe a par. I got a lot of bogeys. If you don't know what that means I did all right. But towards the end of the day, I was kind of fading. But I was able to go golfing in some really cool places, and my caddy Cleopat was a great caddy. He knew what he was talking about. When you hear him talk, you're gonna see exactly how he was trying to guide me. And man, I was just messing up. I made us Americans look bad, for those that don't know. Hey, so this is where too, like, I'll play this video real fast so you can see where I was at. I hit the ball way over here, y'all, and it bounced over here. That was a crazy thing. And I was like, man, that's one hell of a bounce. He was like, yeah, I'll let you hear watch the video when it comes out, and play this short. So um, I'll just go through this real fast because I literally forgot that I was in a different country on a different continent. I was with my boo thing. We were hanging out, and we were like, hey, let's do a quick photo shoot just to commemorate the day. We had a blast, and it was just so phenomenal. And then the next day, we were like, let's check some other stuff out. We went to, let's see, this is a larger video that, and I don't think it's going to get all of this, but we went to China Square, and China Square is where she was able to get a couple of things for her new crib, and I was happy to uh, help her out with that, because I'm like, man, I want to keep coming back. But this is China Square, and you, for those that don't, like, what's the big deal about this? And like China Square, like, I don't think I can show you, but this is a big deal. This is like a mall. This is where, like, if you go into China Square in this spot in Karen, like, it's heavily guarded. There's no one else out there, and it was crazy just to see that. But it was just like a regular department store. But for there, it's hard to get in, and it's a destination. Here's where we went to CJ's, a popular restaurant. There was a birthday party right there, and they were singing "Happy Birthday." And I shared that on one of my social media accounts. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's a different version of a birthday song. And we have fajitas and pasta, and she's never had that before. I'm like, people ask me, did I have any African food? I didn't. I had lots of shakes. This is a daiquiri, and it was fire. Like, just even the chicken was fire. This man. And then of course I had to get my hair cut, and I forget his name. He was a real cool brother. And then I was like, here, let's get a group picture, and I put it on my Instagram. You should check it out, Nathan Webster 543. I show kind of like the whole video process, and that's the video right there. And then I'm just saying goodbye. I'm hurt because, man, I got to say goodbye. I went to the Gecko Cafe one last time. I had to leave at night, so this is what it looked like. And I was like, okay, so here I am saying goodbye. I'm saying goodbye to everything. I'm like, it is still going on. It's still popping. I'll show you some videos of my place later. But here I am again, just saying goodbye. Just like, okay, here we go. And then I'm just wrapping up, and I'm just like, here, let me show you my room. Let me show you the spot. I'll share those videos later. And then with Nairobi, Doha, LAX, I'm headed back into, unfortunately, the tunnel to leave Nairobi. And I was like, I will be back. I will be back. So this is where, like, I just wanted to share, like, for real, like, people just wanted to know, like, you did this, you did that. I'm like, yeah, like, it was fire. Like, oh, really? Yeah, it was fire. And I was just like, wait, you mean you are you trying to say, oh shoot, hold on, this is messing up. I'm trying to bring y'all back over here, stop sharing my screen, and now it's wanting to freeze on me. Here we go. All right. And I wanted to tell people, like, Nairobi or Kenya is not what you expect. So behind the scenes, I'm telling you right now, you can go look at, like, people like Nairobi. I'm not telling you to go there. If it's not for you, it's not for you. It's cool. But when I went over there, I'm just thinking I was going to do business because I had a couple other contractors that were over there in Nigeria. And I was just like, what would this look like? And I got a chance to see it, and it was fire. So make sure you follow me, subscribe to the show. I'm going to put some other things in there. So go check it out so that you can see what we're doing. Like it, comment in the sections below, and again, subscribe, y'all. You heard it first here on Let's Talk Marketing with Nathan Webster. I'm your host. Until next time, dream big and Godspeed. I'm out. Hey, if you're hearing this message, you've listened to the entire episode, and for that, we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And we hope you enjoyed this new episode. And if you did, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Please share this episode with others that may be interested in this topic. And also, feel free to let us know what topics you'd like to see covered in future episodes. Get in touch in the comments or social media networks. See you next week for the next episode.